This is the first episode of my surprise ingredient challenge where my boyfriend is going to give me a surprise Japanese ingredient and my only goal is to make something tasty out of it. I only have 2 rules for this challenge. Rule number 1. I only have 2 attempts to make this dish and impress my boyfriend. One will be this week and one will be next week. In between, I'm allowed to practice any relevant techniques, but I cannot practice the entire dish. Rule number 2. I only have 30 minutes of research per attempt. During that time, I cannot save, copy and paste, or take any notes. However, I do have unlimited brainstorming time in which I can take as many notes as I like without the internet, and I can buy unlimited ingredients. And once again, the aim of this is to simply make something tasty that will impress my boyfriend out of the surprise ingredient that I am presented with. So let's see what that ingredient is. Should I close my eyes?
Nah.
Oh my god. Oh, okay. Just some little peas. Are these snap peas?
No.
Endou. Well, I'll have to do my research and find out what the English translation is. Am I allowed to ask you any questions?
Am I able to answer them?
Do you know if you usually boil them?
They're common in miso shiru and also as vegetable stir fry kind of thing.
So your rankings will be what?
Cost out of 5, appearance out of 5,
Okay.
taste out of 5,
Okay.
and how I feel out of 5.
Okay.
So that's 4 criterias. 5 times 4 equals 20.
Okay. So I get a score out of 20 at the end.
Yes.
Okay.
It will be purely based on how I feel though. It will have no piece of objectivity.
No P's of objectivity. Okay, so now it is my research time.
Yes. Begin!
Ah! So now I have 30 minutes of research time where I'm not actually allowed to take any notes, so I'm just going to put this aside for my brainstorming time. And I have 30 minutes starting now. Okay, so apparently in English these are either known as the edible podded pea or the snow pea. It's eaten whole with both the seeds and the pods while still unripe. It says that it is a snap pea. Okay, so the first thing that comes up is a salad. I don't want to overwhelm the peas. I don't want to just do a curry because then, you're not really gonna taste them as much, are you? There's quite a lot of stuff. I'm not sure what to do. I'm just gonna get to it and then I'll see you in 22 minutes. Okay, so I have 5 minutes left and I am pretty much set on what I want to do. I was kind of trying to decide between these 2. I found this website where there was 77 different recipes for these peas. I'm pretty sure that I'm going to go with trying to make this meat dish. I remembered that I have this vegetable book. I have looked at how to prepare the peas themselves, and it looks like you should put them in cold water, then boil them, then take them out again. Okay, no more research time. So there were loads of different steps to that. I've got to just write them all down as much as I can right now. And so I've managed to write an entire recipe here. And what I'm thinking of making is a satsumaimo and pork dish with the scattered peas on top. So I'm going to cook the peas separately to everything so that I can keep them nice and crisp. But I'm quite excited to make this dish that I've never made before. Now I need to go and buy my ingredients. Okay, so I actually only needed to buy 2 ingredients because the rest of the ingredients for this dish are all just a normal part of a Japanese kitchen, like soy sauce and rice. So let's start off with the rice before I forget. Okay, so I've got everything out except for the meat, and I'm going to start with the potatoes. And these are actually a Japanese sweet potato. So yes, they are different to a normal potato. And I have to wash them. Then I'm going to cut them into half disc shapes. And then I'm going to soak them for 5 minutes, which I'm assuming is going to soften them a little bit before we put them in the pan. Oof. That is a mighty hard potato. I'm not sure if these are too thick, too thin. Why is this one so much easier to cut through? What? Here's my bowl of satsuma, and I have to soak these for 5 minutes. So whilst those are soaking, I'm now going to do my peas. I'm going to put these into some ice water again for 5 minutes.
That's right.
Well, I'm not actually sure if it is right. I don't know if 5 minutes is correct or you're just supposed to do it for like a few seconds. So potatoes are ready, peas are getting cold. So for my sauce, I need water, sugar, miso, and soy sauce. And I'm going to use red miso. And I kind of think of it like wine. So like red wine goes with meat and white wine goes with fish. So red miso goes with meat. And now I need to get rid of this top part of the pea. Focus on the pea, please. So I've got to just take this off. And then that's supposed to also bring with it this sort of vein here. There we go. Whee. Okay, so my peas are ready and my potatoes are ready. So now I've just got to do the meat. Actually, before I do the meat and the main part of the dish, I think I'll just boil my peas because you're only supposed to boil them for about a minute. And then I feel like it would be a good idea to put them back into ice water to stop them from overcooking. So I'm just going to put a little bit of salt into some water and then I'm going to take them out and put them straight into some ice water. That should work. So now I'll just cut up the pork and then I can actually start cooking. Okay, so I start off by putting a small bit of oil in the pot and then fry the pork on each side. I think I'll have to do 2 batches of pork, so I guess I'll just pop these all onto a plate. Kind of smells like barbecue. For all of the meat. So then add the potatoes and the sauce on a medium-low heat and cook for 8 minutes. Okay, it's been 4 minutes and the potatoes are showing no sign of softening, so I'm gonna put on the lid. Okay, the 8 minutes is up and I don't really know whether these potatoes are supposed to soften or not now. Let me try one actually. It's gonna be really hot. Oh, maybe that's okay. Oh, I think it's done then. Pretty good, not overly salty. But my boyfriend has just left the house, so I'm not going to plate this until he comes back. So hopefully it'll still retain its fresh taste by the time he's back. Okay, go for it.
Itadakimasu. This feels weird. There's a lot of lights.
What's your first impression?
It's good. It's just, it feels like a meat dish.
So the peas are not highlighted enough?
As a dish, it works with or without the peas.
I see.
I don't know how much I'm supposed to eat because we're having dinner later.
Yeah, you probably should, you can stop there and just like tell me what you think.
It's good. It's kind of like a nikujagai sweet sauces or like mayonnaise. I don't know.
Well, so what about your rankings?
Cost? How much was it?
Seeing as I only had to actually buy 2 things, then the 2 things were butabara is 575 yen.
For like how many servings?
4 servings, I would say. 192 yen. And then there's like the miso, because it's probably like around 1,000 altogether. So then that'd be like 250 yen.
Yeah, how about a 4 for cost?
Oh.
Appearance, I would say 3. I mean, it's pretty
Even
standard.
with like the nice colours. Like...
Yeah, there's a good contrast of colors. I mean, it's a pretty like, it's like a pretty like homemade dish.
So taste.
3.5. My overall feeling is also 3.5.
3.5. So what
It's
could
good.
be better? What should I change for next week?
Maybe I wanted this guy to be a little bit more highlighted.
Right. Should I make a
'Cause
different dish?
You can do what you want.
Then maybe I should make like a salad or something. I mean, because there's not really much that I can do to that to make it.
No, I think as a
peas
dish, I
highlighted.
think this is pretty like So it's not you've definitely passed.
So basically, for next week, I should try and find something that highlights the P's more.
Yeah. Wow.
Okay, thank you very much, Judge Man. I appreciate the score, and we'll see what I come up with next time. And I'll see you next week, and actually in about, well, forever, because we're there together.
Judge Man out.
So there you have it. Although our judge has decided that this did work as a standalone dish, he thought that it didn't highlight the surprise ingredients enough, so I'll be brainstorming a bit and then we'll come back with a different dish and a different attempt next week, and some slightly refined guidelines of the goal being to highlight the secret ingredient. But that's it for today, so if you enjoyed what you saw, then please press that like button and I'll see you next Sunday.